So far, most wearables and smartwatches are still closely chained to a master device, a smartphone in most instances. Now, we've been using a cellular connected version of the Samsung Gear S2 for AT&T, and really begs the question of whether or not it can truly be independent. Before we get into it, let's just talk about the band for the Gear S2. Over on Samsung's website, they do offer different straps, but they're all the same rubbery variety with different patterns on them. There are a few premium straps that we can cover through Amazon's collection, like a stainless steel Link one, and another one that resembles the Milanese loop for the Apple Watch. However, the limited collection is still a sore spot in our opinion, especially when the official ones from Samsung still fetches for premium, upwards around the $40 to $50 range. We gotta hand it to the developers and programmers, seeing that the software just moves with grace and finesse. It's Tizen powered, plus there's a unique way of navigating courtesy of its rotating bezel. It's just a logical implementation. Whereas Android Wear tends to overpower us with constant card notifications, Tizen's obviously more selective in what it pushes out to us. Yes, text messages and missed calls appear like they should, but doing the anti-Android Wear thing, Tizen doesn't automatically push out all notifications from our smartphone. So yeah, it's less maddening with that. There's a major reason why Android Wear exists. Tizen, not surprisingly, doesn't have as tight of an integration with Google services. It just doesn't. You won't find things like Google Voice, Google Maps, and even Gmail. However, there are alternatives available, like the Here Maps app for simple navigational searches, and even an email client that's baked in. In making it more independent than other wearables and smartwatches, the Gear S2 features cellular connectivity, allowing us to handle phone calls and text messages. The problem, though, is that there's a conflict of numbers where it's assigned its own separate one from your smartphone's line. Thankfully, Number Sync solves this predicament in a simple and straightforward way. Once enabled, the Samsung Gear S2 is forwarded calls and text messages from your usual number. So for placing a call or sending a message, it's coming from our main phone number, not the one assigned to the Gear S2. Now, this has to be one of the most crucial parts about the experience, just because it allows us to leave our smartphone behind. We dream about a time when all of the power and functions of a smartphone can be accessed through our wrist, on a smartwatch of some kind most likely, but that's still largely not feasible. The Samsung Gear S2 delivers a solid package that doesn't disappoint, eclipsing many of the handful of wearables and smartwatches we've used over the course of last year. True, it's one of the more independent smartwatches we've come across, which is a testament on its own, knowing fully that the software powering it is still relatively new. Now, a lot is still needed to deepen its third-party app support, but that's for time to sort out.